good fun. Days like these are great. You get the whole industry together, and to have, companies and corporations like Interbet and Cape Racing who are so generous with sort of time and energy into making a day like this possible is it's fantastic for everyone.
On to race number 4 we go, 1400 meters the distance. It's a fillies and mares 67 handicap, 25 past 2 is the off time, and it is the start of jackpot 1. Having a look at the fixed odds betting market, favorite is number 4 Kingsmead Crystal, and this filly is trading at 18 to 10. 28 to 10 about Vision of Will. It is 5 to 1 Miss Leela, 6 to 1 about Pretty Analia, 7 to 1 and Better Bar those. Now race 4, it does look to be a tricky race, even though it's a field of only 8 runners. I think number 1 Pretty Analia will go extremely close to winning here. Samanga Kumalo takes a ride, and it is a notable jockey booking here. You're going from a 4 kg apprentice to a well-known jockey and a well-accomplished jockey. So I think it is certainly a jockey strike here, and from gate number 1, as opposed to being drawn 12 out of 12 and then 6 out of 9 in her last 2 starts. I think that the draw is certainly of huge benefit for this daughter of Captain of All, and I think she'll run a massive race. Her penultimate run catches the eye, second to Spring Kiss, who we know did come through to Frank Owen form line, and we see her a bit later on the card. She ran second to Pour Some Sugar on Me over this track and trip on a mark of 60, and despite being on a mark of 62, I think with Samanga in the irons it could make all the difference, and I think that Pretty Analia will certainly run a huge race, and for me it does offer the value in race number 4 at around 6 to 1 in the market. You've got Kingsmead Crystal, who for me I think she needs to do a bit more now. She's gone up 7 points for beating Global Secret. She wasn't a facile win on the day, but the handicapper has not spared her at all. He's given her a 7-point penalty for that success, and she's got 61 kgs to shoulder now, so that obviously will be a different task. She's got to concede weight to Pretty Analia, which could just be a bit of a issue over the final stages of the race. But she's obviously a horse that Richard Fourie does believe could go back to back. Therefore, he sticks to the ride. And then you've got a horse like Miss Leela, who's certainly in some good form. Last time out she ran in a slightly stronger race behind Dollar a Dime, beaten 5 lengths. She did go up 9 points for winning her penultimate start, so she's another runner that does need to defy the handicapper, but in this type of race over a track and trip that suits her, she is definitely capable of getting involved. And then the horse that I think could be the knockout blow in race number 4 is this horse number 6 Hatter from the Michael Roberts yard. She's come down in the ratings. She's 4 points below her last winning mark. She races off a mark of 60. She's got 55 kgs to shoulder. She's a win over track and trip, and when we have a look at the start where Kingsmead Crystal beat her, she comes in nicely weighted. She's 4 kgs better off at the weight with Kingsmead Crystal. I know she was beaten 6 lengths, but Rachel Veneker knows her well, and she could get a nice tune out of this daughter of Eightfold Park. So if you're looking for a bit of a result in race 4, number 6 Hatter is definitely the runner that I believe could produce that. But number 1 Pretty Analia is going to be the top selection for me. Devon, race 4, your thoughts?
Yes, my top 3 numbers are 1, 4 and 7, so I'm going to play around numbers 1 Pretty Analia, number 4 Kingsmead Crystal, and number 7 Vision of Will from the Paul Gatsby yard. Now let's start with the value selection, which is going to be number 1 Pretty Analia. If you look at that last 2 starts, was ridden by an apprentice, and I say that respectfully, has now got Samanga Kumalo aboard, and we saw this formula working in recent times when we went for a horse called Midnight Caller on Sunday at around about 8 and 10 to 1. We saw a similar kind of thing happen. No disrespect to any one of the riders, but you got a much experienced rider aboard. Samanga Kumalo is an absolute champion, and if you really dig deep on the form line, this horse can lead start to finish. So he's got a plum draw, which is what I like, and I'm hoping that Samanga Bling Kumalo can get this horse to the front, and I believe that they may not be able to catch her. So this one represents some serious value, and you touched on that form line, on that run rather, on the 27th of Feb when running second, 0.4 lengths behind Spring Kiss on that occasion. But just keep a close eye on this individual, because she can misbehave sometimes. If you look through the comments there, she can get a little bit fractious. So hopefully everything goes smoothly. They can take her to the start nice and quietly, and I think she's going to come out of the gates humming, and hopefully she can go start to finish. Represents big value for me. Then I respect a horse like number 4 Kingsmead's Crystal with Richard Fourie aboard. Beat Global Secret in the last start by 0.8 lengths, and of course Richard Fourie was aboard on that occasion. He's aboard once again, but this one has gone up in the ratings. Number 7 Vision of Will is holding consistent form lengthwise, never far off the action. Got to factor this one into the equation with Gavin Larena aboard, but I'm going to be playing around with number 1 Pretty Analia, because Raheel, that represents big value in my opinion.
Yeah, both Devon and myself were in agreement with number 1 Pretty Analia, 4-year-old daughter of Captain of All. Samanga Kumalo takes a ride, and she could certainly be the right horse in race number 4, and at around 6-1 in the market she could certainly be a bet on the head as well for those that are looking to have a strike in race number 4.
It's Donovan Everett from Cape Racing, and I'd just like to say it's an absolute pleasure to be involved with Intrabet and Cape Breeders in this golf day today here at Pearl Valley. It's fantastic for the industry to see all the relevant stakeholders coming down and having a good time and networking, and it's exactly what the industry needs right now in terms of moving forward and recreating some positivity to take us forward into the next year.